The summer movie season is officially here. Hundreds of movie theaters were opened until early this morning, hosting midnight screenings of Iron Man 2. The comic book sequel is just one of the blockbusters on tap over the next few months. And joining us now to preview some of the other movies to look out for this summer is Paul Dergarabedian, box office president for Hollywood.com. I got your last name right.
You sure did. Great job.
Iron Man 2 is a hot one this summer, huh?
It's a big deal, and it's kicking off the summer in high style because the first movie a couple of years ago did $98.6 million in its opening weekend. We're looking for this one to obliterate that number. I think certainly 140 million plus could certainly be in the cards for this movie.
How important are midnight screenings? Because that seems like a trend that's been picking up lately.
Yeah, and the cool thing about midnight screenings is they count in the Friday. So if you're at 12:01, you know, right after the stroke of midnight, going into Friday, if you make a lot of money there, it gets added into your first day gross. So it's a win-win. Last year, New Moon did $26 million in midnights alone. That used to be a good opening weekend. Now these films are doing it in midnight screenings.
Incredible. Let's talk about the other big ones for this summer. You say Salt and Robin Hood. Tell us about those.
Yeah, well, Robin Hood is an action movie, but it's a period piece, obviously, and it stars Russell Crowe. He's looking a lot like he did in Gladiator, and it's Ridley Scott directing, who also directed Gladiator. So there's a lot of cachet with that. You've got the great star with his great director. I think it'll do well. It's interesting, though, in the summer, because sometimes period pieces, you know, they don't always find an audience with the younger viewers, but hopefully this one will.
I know one that I'm looking forward to. I've read the book. Can you guess which one?
Eclipse.
Eat, Pray, Love has been so big.
Oh, I thought you were going to see the Twilight movie.
Oh, no, I did. Yeah, those were good, too.
Yeah, well, Eat, Pray, Love comes out in August, and that could be a big August hit. And Julia Roberts, her box office track record over the past few films has been a little sketchy, but I think she'll be back big with this one because the book is such a huge hit and, you know, it has a tremendous following. So you're going to see big numbers in August.
So now you've got me intrigued about Eclipse. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, well, you know, the Twilight series is so huge. And, you know, the first movie did extremely well. It was just called Twilight. And the second one is the Twilight Saga New Moon. That was the one that came out last year. That movie in one day did $72.7 million. That's the biggest single day of all time. Now, this movie has a lot to live up to, Eclipse, but it's got a built-in audience. People love these characters. Women in particular and young girls love Twilight. Across the board, it does extremely well. We're looking for that one. I'm looking for that one to be one of the biggest films of the summer.
How fun. 3D has been big lately with Avatar and the others. And there's a lot of kids movies that are 3D coming up.
There are, and the summer is the perfect time for this. I mean, you have Toy Story 3, obviously Pixar, a perfect box office track record. Shrek the Third, the previous movie in the Shrek installment, opened with $120 million. That's the biggest animated opening of all time. So now this new Shrek has a lot to live up to, but the 3D component for both Shrek and Toy Story is going to be pivotal in their success.
Any sleeper hit predictions for the summer?
Well, I have one. It's a movie called Inception, and it comes out in the middle of July. It's from director Christopher Nolan, who did The Dark Knight 2 years before. Same release date. This is a movie shrouded in mystery, and it's built up a huge following already because it's Christopher Nolan. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Ellen Page, and it looks trippy, bizarre. It's like The Matrix times 10, and I think this is the film to look out for. Last year I said The Hangover would be the big sleeper hit, and it was. And so this year, it's going to be Inception. Look out for that one.
Let's make it 2 for 2.
All right, definitely.
Paul Dergarabedian, great to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.